let's see, who do we have tonight? Who do we have? Do roll call. Michael?
Michael Proto?
You're here?
Diane Plansky?
Diane, here?
Matt Lepore, member?
Yeah, I remember. We just call you the kid. Yeah. Tom Levesque?
Andrew Thompson.
Yeah.
All right, then again.
Stephen Weber, Selectman's Rep.
Thank you. And I guess we have a short agenda tonight. The only message I got from Joan before she went away for a couple of days is that the DR trimmer is a problem.
Yep,
And,
so from Jason Brennan, he sent me a message saying that the DR mower is now leaking fluids.
Mhm.
And there's a guy in town, Chad Chamberlain. I
He
think
lives
is
on
his name.
Talent
The
Road.
guy, the guy that does the
he lives
snowblower
right-
repair,
Yep.
who I guess quoted it for $200 to get the thing replaced. I guess it was having some issues and thought it should be brought before the board because Jason was like, I'll spend the money out of my own pocket. But I'm like, that should be on us because it's our equipment.
Mhm.
So we might just to let the board know that might need to get that repair done and that probably gonna need to pay
Yeah.
$200 for that.
Yeah, because it's probably cheaper than taking over the outfit, and Milford is the one that specializes in those things. They're the legal representatives for the DR trimmers, but it's not like it's a warranty or anything. But if the guy is, I don't know the gentleman, but if he has a
He's
good
very
reputation. Mhm.
Very good. He did all of our tractors and
Yeah, so,
So I don't know if we need to make a motion to.
no, I don't think so,
No.
really. I don't, we'll just get it done. I think the consensus is concise. I mean, anybody have any objections to it, then I'll consider it a done deal. Just take care of it, would you, kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, anybody else have anything else? Roger's not here, so we can't get any rain reports.
Yeah, I do, as a
Harry.
matter of fact. Well, what Joan had asked me to do, or I volunteered, now I know I should never answer me. But I went up online and I found, maybe 5 or 6, which surprised me, different things that had grants that you could apply for. 2 of them you could actually apply online, okay? I mean, I didn't.
Yeah, right.
But I wrote them down. And then the thing that surprised me was that there were grants apparently you could go through in the state of New Hampshire, the state parks. You could put a grant through. So I'll hang on to the list till she comes back, and then we can see what.
Did you get any deadlines on any of those when you were?
No, I didn't do that research because I didn't know, what we were exactly looking for. Or,
Money.
But I can go, I think most of them appeared not to have deadlines.
Mhm.
But I'll go back through them because I saved the note and see if there were deadlines
Mhm.
for it.
Yeah.
But that's all I'll do because I don't know,
what were
What-
the grants for, Harry?
pardon?
What were the grants for?
Well, I think we wanted to Parker Place, we needed trail work there. Birch Street, we needed trail work. We could use some trail work down at Moores Falls.
Mhm.
And I guess, what was the other one? There was something else that was pretty expensive maybe it was Birch Street.
I don't know.
That was,
I know that we have, we obviously have plenty of land, plenty of things we could use
yeah.
money for or assistance for.
Yeah, and I think that when we had talked about, just generally, and it was gonna be it was gonna be in a double figure, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Now, we have heard any more on the gazebos at all, what the status is on the,
Yes. I got an email today that apparently on the gazebos, they went down and they cleaned up the area. And what the request was, apparently they must have used older shingles. That's the reason they
dried and brittle.
Yeah, supposedly.
Mhm.
Now, what they said, and I've got the email, and Joan apparently is on a copy of it, is that it looks like they'll have to buy shingles.
Mhm.
Now, we originally had agreed that we would pick up whatever
Yep.
cost it
Mhm.
was.
Yep.
The only caveat is they'll have to buy a bundle.
Yeah.
And they won't use a whole bundle. So I was thinking, I don't know, maybe we can wine at Home Depot or you know,
Well, we have some leftover at baseball from when we just built a new snack shack. I can
Really?
get with the board and see if
Yeah,
we're
like
willing to
Okay.
donate them.
Yeah, that would be
Because we
great.
have, I think, a bundle and a half sitting up there.
So you
still.
probably only need to half a
how
bundle.
old are they?
We just roofed it last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
From
you
Jeff
check-
Lane, the
check
new,
on that, then that would be
Yeah,
great,
Jeff
Steve.
Lane one. So
Yeah.
let me check with that, make sure everybody else is in agreement, because they're just gonna sit there. We're not gonna do
I was
anything
gonna
with
say
them.
that, yeah, that's what usually
Yeah.
ends up happening.
Yeah, so I'd rather see them go to use.
Okay.
Recreation
Have my
Commission?
email? Well,
Yeah, I get your email
Yeah.
through the system.
Is that from the Recreation Commission?
Part of it was used from impact fees and part was through baseball. So the
Oh,
town did
baseball.
pay for them, so
Around then.
we can, I can just ask the rest of the board.
Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
sure everybody
So-
be amicable to let the Conservation Committee have them.
The latest and greatest. Like I said, they went and cleaned up the shingles that were all over the ground and
Yeah,
the wood that was all over the ground. and-
Yeah.
But, and I'll repeat it again, what we asked them to do was completion date by May 15th.
right.
And wait and see.
It's got a couple of months. I mean,
Part,
yeah, it's got a couple of months to go. I mean, it's,
yeah.
I mean,
you
it
know,
feels like
the
May
weather-
today, but no.
The weather will get better and whatever issues they thought they might have had will go away and
Right.
stuff. Then they'll get into mosquito season or who knows.
Yeah, whatever follows.
So that's the latest and greatest. So if you can let me know.
Definitely.
Okay.
Anybody have anything else they'd like to input? Yes. Is
We
that
got the cameras.
Oh,
They
good.
came in. We got 4 of them.
Mhm.
I've been testing them out at the town hall, and then I put it through the first trial at Morris Falls. The video quality is spectacular. So you can either do it when the sensor goes off, it'll either take 1 picture, a 3-picture burst, or it'll take a video, and you can kind of select the length. I set it at 15 seconds,
Mhm.
and the quality of the night vision kind of
Really?
picture is
Mhm.
pretty impressive. So it's a good value that we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So what do we pay for these?
So I think the primary purpose was that we could start using them on the trails
Yeah,
for
yeah, no,
wildlife.
but how much
viewing.
money did we
Oh,
spend?
how much money did we spend?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like $114
For the 4?
Before, yeah,
It was that package deal off Tractor Supply.
right.
Yeah, okay. I
Wow.
remember we talked about it, but
Yeah.
that's great. I've been having some problems myself. I've got to probably purchase a couple. We've had people appearing in the backyard recently. And so I think maybe I'll have to put some of them up along with my security system. But yeah, to check, get the model number we got. And
Yeah.
like you're saying, the clarity is really good. So that's good. Michael, you have anything for us tonight?
I do not actually.
Can you want to give us any input on since we no longer have the Hudson Litchfield News to give us what's really happening in the town, and I don't do that Facebook crap. Can you give us an update of what these things are that this piece of paper came through in the mail, telling us about the planning board things, what was the specifics on the items that are on the agenda for the voting on Tuesday?
Warrant articles.
Oh,
for
the
planning
warrant
board.
articles. Oh, yeah, the zoning changes. Yeah, we had one that dealt with, I'll lose it. The electronic signs
Mhm.
is one. The other one had to do with the commercial district. Help me.
There was some mention about the gas station. Several people have asked me about.
Yeah, something to do, conditional use.
Okay,
Because the zoning board used to do what they called a special exception.
right.
And so what we've done is we've taken that and we've made it a conditional use of the planning board. Essentially, what it does, it eliminates an extra step.
Mhm.
Because if you go to the zoning board, it's the same process as if you were going to go to the planning board. So it puts the conditional use in the planning board
Okay,
sort of purview. And basically, so you don't have to worry about having to go to the zoning board and having a decision there and then go to the planning board. So the conditional use is one of the zoning amendments.
Mhm.
And that would have to do with stuff like gas stations, as you said. Or,
right. Again, several people
Anything.
mentioned that, asked me
Yeah,
about that. I didn't have an
commercial.
answer for them, so that's why.
Yeah. Fast food restaurants, things of that nature. And the last one was,
Was it setback on shed square footage?
yes, setback on shed.
We're up to 200 square feet.
200 square feet.
So it
Because
was, what was it, 198 or some real
Yeah.
crazy number
it
like
was
that?
some ridiculous number. And so we basically made it so that, it's just, it's 200 square feet.
No, numbers,
and no
yeah.
one's gonna-
A lot of sheds are 10 by 20.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah,
So,
makes sense.
Yeah, those are the three
Mhm.
zoning changes.
Thank you, that's,
Yeah.
and hopefully somebody else is gonna get some benefit out of hearing it on television tonight, because I know people have asked me and I had no answers for them, so.
Well, speaking for the Lower Merrimack River Local Advisory
Right.
Committee, I don't know, this doesn't really apply to Litchfield, but I figured I'd throw it out there that the Greeley Park, I guess they're building a boat ramp at Greeley Park.
Oh, yes,
in
they're
Nashua.
working on it, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
they're
Well,
working
not
on
really
it,
back, I
so
don't believe
I guess
it's
it's
the.
coming along.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be very nice. They're
Yeah,
gonna-
because I have a customer that lives on this side of the river from it, and they are really going right at it, I guess. They're spending a lot
Yeah,
of
they're
money.
putting a lot of money into
Hundreds of
it.
thousands, I understand.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But that's been,
you
that's
could have
ramp
taught
is-
them how to do that much cheaper.
Not really. This is a proper ramp with, the concrete and the way it should be built, but it's for boat access. And
Right.
they've had one there, but it's been so bad. I mean, at least once a year, somebody ends up backing their car and they have to get a tow truck and get it out of the river, boat, car, and everything else. So, but yeah, that's been a long time coming. So that is in progress. Yeah. And you mentioned last time something about the water main. What is happening with the water main coming down by my house?
We had a gentleman in, and basically, I think Penachuk
Yeah.
stopped doing what they were doing because there was something with the way the utilities were and funding.
Mhm.
So now this year, I think their funding is back the way they
Okay.
do it.
Mhm.
And that's why you kind of see a different charge on your bill. It's almost like they're charging you back for their grants that they get. It's really strange on how it works.
Yeah.
So the second half of the project should be happening this year.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. I know you mentioned it last time, and well, I thought
Yeah,
before I
it was
forgot.
something to that extent.
Mhm.
He was very vague about it.
Yeah. Mhm.
We haven't heard from the
Is this
town
supposed
stand. We haven't heard anything from Penachuk yet.
I guess it was supposed to come in last spring, and
Yeah,
here's
and then they
a year
postponed
later.
it
So,
because of that.
so, and does anyone know? Did they ever run that water main from the river in directly into the plant that they were supposed to? They were supposed to tie into the river.
I think they completed that project. I think they.
That was the one that came out right near came on your page.
No,
Not that one.
no. This was another one where they're actually supposed to go from the Merrimack
Yeah,
River
the
directly
one where
to
the
Yeah,
old
that's
salmon
the one that
hatchery
they-
used to be.
That's completed because they put a fence up and,
No. Which one? Where are you at the fence?
pardon?
Where are you talking about a fence up?
It's where the pipe,
Oh, no, that's the connection to Litchfield. No, we're talking about from the Merrimack. I'm talking about from the Merrimack River to the plant in Nashua.
oh,
They're supposed to put like a 30-inch pipe
Oh, wow.
directly, and I didn't know if that was completed or not.
I don't know.
You'll have to ask the Merrimack River.
You'll have to
Council
ask-
that, because
Ask Nelson Disco. He's the planning board.
that is that's a major input, because the rationale was if there's a major spill on the Everett Turnpike,
Yeah.
and potentially that would put the Penachuk Ponds completely out of commission if there's a diesel spill. And this way here, they'd have the total intake from the river directly into the plant, so they wouldn't have to worry about until they could clean up the Penachuk Ponds in about 10 years or
Were
something.
they supposed to do that down by where they just did that new pump station and all the
Some-
residents and everything? Over
somewhere.
the bridge that goes up and over?
I don't know exactly where it's, but yeah, they're supposed to connect. And Roger had more knowledge on that because where he had worked for the Penachuk, he had some basic knowledge on it. So anybody else have anything else this evening?
yeah, I just got a question. The thing down at Moores Falls, that Matt's been finding needles down there and stuff.
Mhm.
Does anybody really know what our liability is?
None.
Now, you put up the tapes to keep people from,
Right.
going there.
It's not stopping people.
Okay, but eventually we're gonna have to take the tape down
Mhm.
because we can't stop people from going on there. Can we talk to town council and we probably should get some sort of reading so that we know where we stand, because, I went down there with Matt and I understand his point of view,
Mhm.
especially with that flat area where, people would walk out and go fishing or whatever,
Soft down
you
there.
know, and because we have Manchester, and you got all kinds of stuff floating down the river.
Mhm.
Needles being, I guess, the most potentially dangerous, but God knows what else floats down there and
Is that what
ends
you
up in
think
that
of?
section.
Well, anytime there's a heavy rain, I know they deny it to their teeth. all the sewer plants do, but they dump raw sewage on a regular basis every time there's a heavy rain.
Oh, I know that.
So, I mean, you're having a certain amount of that, but my concern, and I really appreciate what Matt does in reference to putting up that, but now you've mentioned it, Harry, my concern would be the fact is once we have put up the tape, we are now admitting we have a problem. That's where the liability comes in. If there's no tape, I don't believe there's any liability, but by putting a tape up, I think there is a liability.
Well, to kind of play devil's advocate to that point, I've gone down there, seen that there is a danger down there, and then not put up any barricades or make any attempt to contact
Yeah.
the public. That's a liability, in my opinion. I think that's far greater.
Well, I think you're damned if you do and you're damned if
Yes,
you don't.
that's the
But-
truth.
and I think-
These are coming in from the river, though. I mean, really, are they being used by people and then left there?
We don't know. We believe it's coming down the river.
If they're coming down the river, then they're hitting the entire bank of the river, not just this one area. We're
well,
seeing them in one area.
No, because Matt and I looked at it, and if you go to Moores Falls, you have that current,
Mhm.
that
Right.
main current, and it's washing down. Where he's segregated the area is the river starts to take a bend and makes a bow in there. So as the current comes down, guess where the material
Kind of
starts
ebbs, there's
settling
an
out?
ebb there, yeah. Mhm.
The best scenario is it would just keep going down with the current. You'll end up in
Low.
on the other side, but because the river rises and falls, as stuff gets, the higher the river goes, the more strenuous the current, means that more debris is going to wash down there. As it starts falling, guess where it's going to get trapped?
Mhm.
At that,
That little levee,
We have
yeah.
that other area where we were looking at the tree too, that has
Right.
like that little wash basin that,
Yeah, that's
that's
by the
another
more-
area that I would think that if it was gonna, you know where I'm talking about too, the first like little basin that you get there on the right hand side, as you go down.
It's by one of the most intact sections of the canal that's left.
That's right there, yeah.
Yeah.
and
I would
as the
think that it
weather-
was gonna
Matt,
come
as
in
the
there,
weather
too.
gets going, you're absolutely right. The tape is going to say, yeah, okay.
Well, I think that was a more effective barricade too than just the sign sitting in the middle of the trail because it's a big red,
No, I
big red
agree.
line of tape. People have to put in effort in to go around it, and that's
Yeah.
that's what makes it so frustrating. Is that the trail is blocked off, and it says danger, and it's in red. You can't miss it, and you can see that people are going past it. And it's Joan.
Unfortunately, people could assume that it's because of the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's another reason why I also wanted to come out. Joan was going to help me with the laminator. We're going to laminate signs that say syringes on it, so that people understand what
Yeah,
the danger
what the
is.
danger,
And I
yeah,
also
good
wanted to do like a
Mhm.
public statement, either
Mhm.
using a town bulletin or something where we specifically describe that danger.
Mhm.
But I've just been going out and talking to people. If I see them out there, I'll say,
I
Just
can
part of
interview
the-
you for what's up too.
sure. When I see people in there around that area, say, listen, we're getting syringes down there. Don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. I just want to let you know, if you see red tape, please don't go past it. You could get hurt.
And he's right.
Yep.
People are gonna, they should use some sort of footwear, and they're not. They're gonna go in barefooted and.
That was the issue. when
That's
we
like
were-
such a popular fishing area though. It's gonna be really hard to keep people that have been fishing there every year from going down
Well,
there.
the other
That-
problem too is.
They leave a
fishermen,
mess there too.
When
You're gonna have hooks.
You do
Well,
have hooks.
So to speak to that too, when this issue was first an
Fishermen.
issue in August, I think it was,
Yes.
there were people fishing down there barefoot,
Mhm.
and I was like, you got to grab your shoes, and you can't have you here. And I was down with the fire department to clean them up, and they were down there, and that spot was always debris down there.
Mhm.
Once there was a fishing hook coming down from a line in the tree branch at eye level, like right at my face. And I was like looking
Oh,
right
yeah.
at it.
But every
It's-
fishing hole will have those type of things. That's life.
But
Yeah.
that if you go down there right now, because I haven't had a chance to get down there with a bin and actually start cleaning up some of the trash, there's still a lot down there, and the situation's aggravated because of the small amount of brush that came with it. So you have to sort through the brush. When I was down there with the fire department, had the steel rake. Oh, there's another one in there that we didn't see.
Mhm.
Yeah, so just
It's gonna be hard though.
it's tough, yeah. But
Steve, could you ask for an opinion from
Sure,
town council
definitely.
in reference to where we are in reference to liability, having an area like that?
Yeah, I
And
mean,
if we do put up, the
Signage, yeah.
the signage, and I think once the syringe signage is there, that would be, but to have just the tape, which is, I mean, I agree that's a good thing to do, but are we more liable because we did put up? And I almost think we're more liable because we did put up, and then, I disagree with Matt on that, but, once you put it up, I mean, not other than closing the whole area. I mean,
Yeah, and it's.
I'll
now's the
contact
time-
Laura tomorrow and
Yeah.
ask her.
6 to 1, half dozen to the other.
Now's the
No
time to
question.
get proactive. because,
Definitely,
Yeah.
you know, it's all
before it
we
gets
need,
used
right?
more.
There's two I have taped off both
Oh, you
sides
have
of that.
both
Yeah.
taped?
So anybody have
Someone-
anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Steve wants to go home to his wife. Yeah, good. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, we just have to make sure we told Joe we did it in 19 and a half minutes.
What was the record? Is that a record?
No, we've had a couple quick ones before. When I was
Talking
sharing.
about Pennachuck, what happened is that we've been having trouble with our water